Martin Luther King Jr., born Michael King Jr., was a prominent leader in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, King was the son of early civil rights activist and minister Martin Luther King Sr. He had an older sister, Christine, and a younger brother, Alfred Daniel. King advanced civil rights for people of color in the United States through nonviolence and civil disobedience. Inspired by his Christian beliefs and the nonviolent activism of Mahatma Gandhi, he led targeted nonviolent resistance against Jim Crow laws and other forms of discrimination. King oversaw the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott and later became the first president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the SCLC. As president of the SCLC, he led the unsuccessful Albany movement in Albany, Georgia, and helped organize some of the nonviolent 1963 protests in Birmingham, Alabama. King was one of the leaders of the 1963 March on Washington, where he delivered his I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. The civil rights movement achieved pivotal legislative gains in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. During his fight for equal rights, King was jailed several times. The FBI, under J. Edgar Hoover, considered King a radical and made him an object of the FBI's COINTELPRO from 1963 forward. They investigated him for possible communist ties, spied on his personal life, and secretly recorded him. On October 14, 1964, King won the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality through nonviolent resistance. In his final years, he expanded his focus to include opposition towards poverty, capitalism, and the Vietnam War. In 1968, King was planning a national occupation of Washington, D.C. to be called the Poor People's Campaign, when he was assassinated on April 4th in Memphis, Tennessee. King was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1977 and the Congressional Gold Medal in 2003. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was established as a holiday in cities and states throughout the United States beginning in 1971. The federal holiday was first observed in 1986. Hundreds of streets in the U.S. have been renamed in his honor, and King County in Washington was rededicated for him. The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. was dedicated in 2011.